So welcome to my 2021 Clone Army Showcase. Well, technically it's actually just Republic Showcase, but I'm showing off like clones first, and then the vehicles, of course. So leading the army, I actually have fives, which I say is probably the most important clone out of all of them. You know, the clone that knew too much. And it's great because he's actually leading the 2013 Battle Pack clone. Got a bunch of them back in 2013. Oh, by the way, I got all of these when they're brand new. You know, when they first came out. So a lot of these came from the 2013 Battle Pack. I'd say the majority of them. And some of them came from that planet set of the Coruscant ball thing that was pretty horrible. So I got 3 of those or something. And they're in there somewhere. I have no idea where. And then off to the left, I have the Clone Wars variant from 2009. And they're nice to have, but I pretty much don't use any of them anymore because I just design. But I used to actually use all of these in mocks, which you guys will actually see in the future, but I have literally thousands of photos with these figures in it. Not joking. But behind these, I actually do have some Phase 2 clone troopers. I have a total of 6. There's actually one on the other side of the room, which I'll show you guys in a little bit, but behind them, I have some lieutenants, I think. I'm pretty sure I don't know all of these names of these guys, because to me, I just kind of lose track. But you can tell I have a bunch of those from that battle pack, the Jordica battle pack, that everyone hated. But I really liked because I found them at Walmart for like $9 back in 2013, and I bought all of them. Now everyone loves clones, so I guess they loved them back then, but not as much. And then we have some clone gunners. Oh, and I actually do have another 5s figure right there. And to the right of him, I have a custom scout trooper that I made just by removing the Commander Neo logo. I forget what battalion he is, but I removed that and stuff with some toothpaste. And then behind those, I have 4 ARF pack troopers, which those are actually really easy to get because all you have to do is get the body of the Clone Wars variant and just put a ARF trooper helmet on it, and it just fits perfectly. And it's pretty much the same thing. And to the right, I have a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but some 212 troopers. I wish I got more of these. It kind of sucks I only got 3 of the battle packs back in like 2014, and now they're like $15 or $20 a piece, and it's insane. And to the right of them, it's actually the Airborne Trooper, possibly one of my favorites. And it's pretty disappointing that it's impossible to get them in a battle pack nowadays. Considering the only set that actually comes in is an $80 set and you only get one of them, that's pretty much just pathetic on LEGO's part. And to the left of them, besides the Fire First, of course, the Kashyyyk Troopers, I forgot the battalion name. Because at first they're actually not canon, so I didn't really care about those, but I guess in Battlefront 2, they released it as canon, which that's pretty cool. And of course there's the Scout Troopers in the back, 9 of those. And then people's favorite, the 501st, and I actually bought 6 of the battle packs, or not battle packs, the 2013 version, and I've always had 6 of them forever. So I didn't really care too much about the new ones, but I bought a few of those, and I'll continue buying those. But there's those, and then of course the jetpack versions of it, and then one Commander Neo guy trooper, whatever, and then a red ARF trooper, and then 4 of the old 2007 shock troopers. And so that's actually a majority of these. And of course there's actually a little bit more. Well, there's some on the speeders and bark speeders. Let's go see the other ones. So here are the mismatched ones, and they just didn't fit in the bulk part, and some of them are just kind of funny throw-ins. So I have a pilot trooper right there, the old Clone Wars variant, pretty cool version, a bomb squad, and then a ARC trooper. For some reason I can't find the waist cape or the visor, but I know I have it somewhere because I don't lose anything, especially Lego. And then an ARC 170 clone pilot, pretty cool one. And then the old 2007 version. You can tell I kind of sharpied them because I was dumb when I was a little bit younger. I mean like 10, which everyone did that back then, so. I have 3 of those technically with a shock trooper body on that one. And then the yellow clone, I don't remember any of them. And then of course, I should put Grandpa Palps in the clone army because he's a clone now. Rise of Skywalker, the best movie ever. I actually do have a lot more clones, so let's go see those too. So this is where it actually gets the juicy stuff. I actually tried to attempt to collect all of the clone troopers, but at a certain point it just got really difficult for me because all the ones left are the really expensive ones. And I have some expensive ones, like this Commander Wolf trooper on the far left. I think he's like $60 or something, I don't know, maybe more now, since I had the Republic frigate. And then a Wolfpack trooper, and another gunner. Oh, by the way, this is like on the front of my desk, so this is what I see every day. I tried to collect all of them, so there's some empty spots, the ones I don't have. The next one's another bomber, Commander Gree, Clone Wars variant, Horn Company. So they're the 2002 variant, and then another ordinary clone trooper. Actually, it's the Jetpack Trooper from the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid back in 2009. And then Pilot, another ordinary one. Sergeant, maybe, I don't know. I know that's a lieutenant. And then Commander, I don't know, whatever. Expensive guy. Yellow guy, another expensive green guy. Neo Trooper guy. A bunch of pilots from different sets over the eras. It's pretty cool to see them next to each other. And then a bunch of 501sts, 2013 variant, 2020 variant, Jet Trooper, Ahsoka Trooper, a worthless, pretty cheap Captain Rex that no one wants, Sarcasm, ARC Trooper, ARF Trooper, and 2 of them, and then some helmets. Here's that ARC Trooper, and then the Kashyyyk one, the 212, a plain ordinary one, Phase 2, Neo, Commander Gree, 2005, I think, Scout Trooper, and 2013 Scout Trooper, Airborne, one from the Turbo Tank. And these are where I start to get my decals. So this one is a Galactic Marine, So I decaled all of these, and there's Sergeant Hound, Commander Cody, Wolf, Bly, and Commander Doom. These are probably my favorite because they took like 3 hours a piece to, decal. And with these, I actually did buy some custom heads. Those custom heads look like. I'm not gonna say where I got them from. So back to the bulk figures right here. I'm actually gonna show you the rest, and I can probably say that I have the most unique Republic clone army on YouTube, most likely, because since I'm a designer, and I have a few custom ships that I'm gonna make a set out of, all of them. So things to look in the future. But if I just pan out, you notice how there's not that many speeders. So I actually took a majority of them apart. So the ones in front are actually my own design. I'll be selling instructions on my Instagram in a little bit, as soon as I post them. But, so that's what the bark speeder looks like, in size comparison with all the other ones. And that's the ATRT I also designed. There's also different color iterations of it too as well. But, let's go off to this. So that's 2007 Battle Pack. Bought 2 of those back in 2007. Battle of Seleucami set, that was like 2014 or something. And then the one set that came with Captain Rex, that was only $25. Now he's like, probably say like $150 or something. Pretty insane. Glad I got it back then. And then, of course, I only have one of them, the 501st Battle Pack ones, because I actually just took the rest apart, along with all the other sets that I actually got with these, because I didn't like them. And of course, I think you should probably too, because it's kind of a waste of set. But that's just coming from a designer. So in the back, it's actually I would say UCS, because even though it's pretty small, it's actually like around 2.5 feet, a foot and a half. I'll also be selling the set as this set with all the parts as well in this. And I'll make future videos on all my custom sets. And so in the back, I have the 2005 Scout Trooper Battle Pack. Or not Battle Pack, just the Scout Trooper ATRT. And then I only have one of the 501st set from 2013. It's still intact, the other ones I took apart. And then one of the new 2020 versions. I make sure to keep one a piece so I can compare it with my set. So that's why I did that. So off to this side over here, I have my UTAT that I designed. I will also be selling this as a set in Imperial version 2 in the future, which is the overall great design. And it's like around 2 feet long. You can't really tell, but it's actually pretty huge. So just for a size comparison, I'm gonna place my arm right next to it. So it's my arm length almost. And I'm 6 feet tall, so that's like around 2 feet long. So those are pretty big ships if you can't tell. Then off over here, my probably favorite vehicle I've ever designed, the police gunship. It's technically a Republic vehicle since there's Republic logos on the sides. So I'm putting in the Clone Army, and this will be a set as well. I have a lot of things planned for 2021. And then below that, I have the ATTE from 2013. And all these I bought back when it came out. And with this one, this was really cool because I remember specifically buying this on sale for $60. And now it's like $120 or something. Not $120, like $200. Which I think is pretty insane. and ridiculous since probably this vehicle back here is way worth that. The ATTE from Dave's Customs. I do recommend that you check him out on Brickfault, but it's a nice size comparison to see minifigure scale and then a playset scale. Off to the left of that is a ARC 170 I got from Bricks and Minifigs back like 2 years ago, and it's great because I actually got this for like $60, and that's actually how much it costed when it came out originally, and it was a pretty cool deal because it came with all the figures and stuff. But behind that, I have the ATAP from 2017 or 18, and then the 2007 version that I remember specifically getting it from my aunt back in 2007 and building with her. A lot of these I actually do keep intact because I have sentimental value to them, and the majority of those sets I just take apart because I use it for parts for mocks and stuff. So that's why there's a bunch of figures, but like barely any sets. So just to make sure you guys don't like question like, oh, you just buy figures. Nope, I don't. I just buy sets and get rid of the set part and just keep the figures. So behind that is actually the Clone Wars Y-Wing. I would say it's probably my favorite Clone Wars set because it's so sleek, even for today's standards. And I'm a set designer, so I think I know what I'm talking about. So next to that, I have the 2007 version of the V-Wing, and I think this is probably one of my first LEGO Star Wars sets because if I look on Brickset, this actually was released first, but I'm not sure if it was this V-Wing. So it was either this or the Naboo Starfighter from 2007, but I really like this one since it's really near and dear to my heart, since I've had it for so long. But behind that one is a custom set that came from Rebrickable. I'm not exactly sure who the designer was, but I'll credit them, because I always love to credit people where credit is due. But that's an amazing ship. I think it's way better than Brickfault's version. I really want to make Obi-Wan's version of this, but in red. I do highly recommend this ship. It's an amazing mock. Off to the left of that one is Anakin Starfighter from the Clone Wars, the 2018 version, I think, the remake. And I kind of had to get this one since I had the original one from 2008, and I had to place them next to each other just to see how LEGO actually like gets better over time sometimes. And most of the time, it feels like they regress a lot, but that's a little tangent. Off to the left of that is Plo Koon Starfighter with some missing parts as well. And then I think that's Saesee Tinn's Starfighter, but I'm not actually sure because I'm a Star Wars nerd, but I really don't care about some of these names of these ships. Sorry if that offends you, but let's go to the outro. So here's a complete rotation of all my clones and my custom Venator, UTAT, Police Gunship, ATTE, Dave's Customs, ATT, ARC 170, 2 ATAPs, Venator, V-Wing, bunch of Starfighters, bunch of clones in the back, and expensive ones as well. Yeah, I'm very grateful to have all of this, and it's crazy since it's a lot right here, but originally it didn't cost that much, because all these sets I usually got like on clearance. That's really the only time I actually bought sets, and if I ever found like a good deal, a discount, I would always get them. So it's not like a bunch of money. It's only a lot of money compared to nowadays because LEGO is way more expensive than it used to be. And it used to be so easy to get a bunch of clones, but now it's pretty much impossible. So I'm very grateful that I'm 21, and nowadays like this is literally over $1,000 in figures. And it's crazy because it was so simple back then to get a pack of 4 clones. Now clones are like gold pretty much. And LEGO knows that because they just charge $30 for it, and it's ridiculous. I have this photo that I took at Fred Meyer's back when clones used to be very accessible. And it's crazy because think back then, it's like you could just buy 4 of these at a time. And now they're $20 a piece. And when the set originally came out for $13, it's just ridiculous. That's why I haven't bought any clones since then, because it's pretty much impossible to get a lot of them. And I'm to the point where I enjoy designing sets for people to recreate, like the UTAT Venator and Police Gunship, and a few others I have in the future, like the MTT. But it's just incredible to me how valuable these clones are, even though they just kind of like, they do nothing for me, honestly. When I was younger, I used to make clone bases all the time, and I would use them all the time. Now it's like, I just display them, and I don't want to sell them since they're just a part of me, which sounds weird, but it's like, I've had them for such a long time. I'm most likely never going to sell them, unless I'm forced to or something. some bad life decision or something happens to me, or But you notice how there's not a single custom clone from Clone Army Customs right here? That's because I just don't buy them. I think in a way it's really just a money pit, because clones are made to be a lot of them, and when you charge $30 for one of them and you need like 30 of them, that's $900, and that's just ridiculous. No one has that much money to spend on pieces of plastic, and I'm sorry if you do, you'd spend that much money on a bunch of clones. But at the end of the day, all of this is a toy, and I know that, and it's just pieces of plastic. But in a way, I kind of just turn it into art. Like, I'm more attached to these sets that I designed right here, because I put a lot of time and effort into them, than literally all these clones. Since it's really simple to buy these, all you have to do is just go on eBay and just bid a bunch. It really takes no effort to buy a bunch of clones, so it's just really impressive because they're so expensive now. But that's my 2 cents on clone armies nowadays. It's just pretty much just to show off. The only reason I think you should buy a bunch of clones is to put in a mock. Otherwise, it's just kind of pointless. Because I can say, after 15 years of collecting, I've always wanted a bunch. But that's such a childish thing to want. Because even look at David Hall, he sold all of his clones. And he had like over 5,000 of them. And he said specifically, you only need like 50 of them or 100 of them in a mock. I think this right here is a perfect amount because I'm able to just kind of choose whatever clone I want. And kind of just make a small vignette mock, and it's great. I think all you need is at least 5 a piece. But sometimes it's just like impossible now, even with these two 12 troopers, they're like $20 a piece. So it's $100 just right there. And that's still pretty much impossible nowadays. That's why I do decaling instead. It's not a permanent solution, but it's pretty good. So thank you to those who actually, listen to my thoughts from a LEGO Star Wars set designer. I want you to have a great day and see you next time.